I'm recording in the daytime once in a blue moon, so I'm going to be a bit of a two-face of some sort. I've watched 15 movies for this top, and only yeah, 3. I watched 3 new movies, and I rewatched 1 movie I had already watched before. Yeah, so like 80% of preparations I do for these videos are absolutely waste. My preparations are waste, my life is waste, and this channel is a waste. Yeah, so starting from the bottom, the bottom 3. Yeah, these movies are not as great as the rest of the top, so I'll just name them with a short commentary. So number 10, Gangs of New York. It's a fuck, I already forgot his name again. It's a good crime drama with Daniel Day-Lewis. Number 10, Equilibrium. It's a good Matrix ripoff with Christian Bale. Yeah. Number 10, Ghost Ship. Now this is interesting because it looks very cheap. It's not scary at all, but nevertheless it's a horror movie. And why it's here, it's because of the premise, the story, and the ending. The ending made it so that it's in the top. Because I already said multiple times, the second half of the movie is more important than the first half. And the ending is, of course, in the second part of the movie. So the ending is perfect. The ending is perfect for this movie, and it's very intriguing. The premise is, well, basically it's a haunted house story, but set in the sea. But like the story itself is very good. It looks cheap though, so watch it at your own risk. Number 10, Hypercube. Okay, so Hypercube is worse than the original Cube, obviously, and it's not a thriller. Well, there are some thriller parts, but it's more of a sci-fi fantasy type of stuff, like an action movie or something. So there is some sort of mystery, and there is some timey-wimey shit. It's kind of interesting. So, like, watch the first 20 minutes, and if you don't like this movie by the 20th minute, then you won't find it interesting. If you do like it, like, you will watch it till the end, and the ending is kind of but it's still a fun action movie. Number 8, Secretary. This movie depicts a realistic BDSM relationship. Unlike 50 Shades of Grey, I mean the first movie, there are sequels, I haven't seen them, but it's actually believable. And it's funny because it was released in 2002, and it does a better job than a movie that was released a decade later. So I don't know what's up with that. So if you're interested in BDSM theme, I'd recommend it. Number 9, Treasure Planet. Treasure Planet comes from Disney's experimental era, and it's one of the 3 movies that deserve any attention at all. The other 2 being Lilo and Stitch and The Emperor's New Groove. Atlantis also is often mentioned, but I watched Atlantis, and Atlantis does not deserve any attention at all. It's super mediocre and super bland, and there are some fun moments in the Atlantis, but it's a failure in my eyes. So Treasure Planet is a movie that is often forgotten because almost all of the movies from the Disney's experimental era are forgotten, but Treasure Planet definitely deserves a watch. So this movie is a drama through and through, without any exaggerations, it's just drama. There are no other genres that this could fall into. And it's starring Edward Norton, and this is one of the best Edward Norton's performances ever. Like, it's definitely in the top 5, maybe even top 3. So it's made by a director that made Malcolm X and some other movies you might have heard about it. I don't like dramas. I have already said that, but I really don't like dramas because they're very slow and almost nothing happens, but this one is good. If you love dramas, definitely watch it. If you might want to give a drama a shot, also consider it. Number 6, Chicago. So this is this is the second musical that got into any top at all, because I don't like musicals, and I have already explained it when I was talking about all that jazz. I don't like musicals, but this one is good, really good. When I say it is good, I am not saying it is good as a musical. No, when I'm saying it's good, it means it's good as a movie. So, yeah. Number 5, City of God. So I watched this one a very long time ago, about 10 years. I decided not to rewatch it because whatever I say wouldn't change. Doesn't matter, none of this matters. Okay, so City of God is another drama, and this one is a criminal drama, and also it is based on true story. It is set in Rio de Janeiro, and it's about well, teenage gangs. If it sounds like something interesting to you, I'd recommend it. Number 4, Spider. So Spider is one of the movies I watched specifically to make this top, and Spider is a 9. And it's a 9 not because it has some deeper meaning, but because of the acting, basically. It's because of the acting. The protagonist is played by Ralph Fiennes, and this is the guy that played Voldemort in all of the Harry Potter movies. So you might have heard about him. You might have seen him, but you never seen him with the nose. He portrays a clinically insane person. So according to the script, he has schizophrenia, but it's not the kind of schizophrenia that makes you hallucinate. Well, he does hallucinate, but not in the typical way, like he sees people that aren't there, like in The Beautiful Mind. And that's basically the story. Well, the story is he is trying to remember what happened in his childhood. And parallel to that, he is moved to a hotel for clinically insane people. Like, they are not in an asylum anymore, but all of them are still have mental issues. So he's almost free, so he can go out in the city, move around, so do all other things. And while he's in this hotel, he's remembering his childhood. Well, a couple of days of his childhood. And on God, this portrayal of insanity is the best I have ever seen. It's real insanity, not like the spooky boogeyman type of shit when, like, if a person has mental issues, he's like a serial killer or something like that. It's, well, kinda like the movie Pi. There is a movie called Pi, and it also portrays a person with serious mental issues, but there it's kind of on the fantasy type of shit, so a lot of unbelievable shit happens. But here everything is real, everything feels real. It's good. if you want to see an actually insane person, not a movie insane person, actual insane person, without visiting a mental institution, you should watch this movie. It's a strange thing to say, but it's true. It's a very impressive actor. That's all. This time I can rank the top 3. They are still different. They're still 9 out of 10, but I know which one is better than the other one. So, starting from the bottom, number 3, Signs. So this is the only Night M. Shyamalan movie that I liked. Out of 7 Night M. Shyamalan movies, this is the only one that I liked. Well, I kinda liked Glass, but like Glass is shit. It has something, but it's shit. So Signs is rated 9 out of 10, and Glass, the second best movie I liked, is rated 6 out of 10. So I don't know how he managed to do that. Considering it was made 2 decades before Glass, it's maybe the best portrayal of alien invasion I have ever seen in a movie. It's also a great thriller. This is not a horror movie. They might want you to think that this is a horror movie. It's not. It's a thriller at best. There are no monsters. Well, there are some scenes where you expect a monster, but there are no monsters. The suspense is lasting through the whole film. It keeps the tension very good, without showing any monsters at all. So, yeah. Number 2, The Ring. I already said some things about The Ring when I was talking about the Ringo, the original. It's not as I might as well repeat what I said. It's not as scary as the original Japanese movie, but it doesn't look as cheap because a lot more money was used during making this movie. It looks significantly better, but the degree of horror is significantly lower, but it's not the same movie. There are some plot points that are the same, because this is a remake, but it's a different movie. It tells a different story, and it's more of a mystery detective type thing than a horror movie. And that's very unlikely, but if you have watched Ringo but haven't watched the remake because you think American remakes are bad, I agree with you. Most of the time American remakes are bad, but this is not the case. The American Ring is a different movie and it's good. Number 1, Interstate 60. So, if you sort all the movies released in 2002 by the number of ratings, Interstate 60 would be 127. And I can't describe to you how painful that is. While there are actual shit in top 250 movies on IMDb, the Interstate 60 doesn't even hit top 100 in the year 2002. Interstate 60 should be definitely in the top 250 on IMDb. No question asked. It may not be in the top 10. It may be not in the top 50. It may be not in the top 100. But it's definitely in the top 250 best movies ever made. I won't describe it to you because I want you to take it as something as in the top 250 best movies in the world of all time. Because it is. Also, it stars Gary Oldman, if that helps. But seriously, I don't care. Again, I will repeat what I said about Spirited Away. Mind you, Spirited Away is rated 8 out of 10. This one is rated 9 out of 10. Can you feel the difference? Because Interstate 60 is more important to watch than Spirited Away. It looks cheap because the budget was not very big, but like, dude, the story, the message, the characters, the situations, all of it, it's perfect. There are some minute flaws, but like, dude, come on, watch it. I don't care who you are, I don't care what you like, you need to watch it. This is Matrix level of like importance. It will change your life, I guarantee it. Okay, so the outro. Sad story to come with this video. I just want to get some things off my chest, and it's not related to movies, but if you're interested what I'm feeling, what my life is like, how soon I'm going to die, stick around, I'll tell you something. I don't know what I'm going to say, but I will tell you something. So, my channel is dead. It's absolutely insanely dead. As I said, I'm not doing this for views. You can't make videos like that for views, because like there are millions of videos devoted to movies. There are billions of top 10s, and at least they depict a popular opinion. So no one in their right mind would call Godfather shit movie and say that. What was the name of this shitty movie? Pulp Fiction is the worst, no, the second worst movie Tarantino made. Nobody would say that. It's a career suicide. You can be a movie critic if you bash like established movies like that. So again, I'm not doing this for views. I'm doing this as my legacy, and let me tell you, top 5 best movies from 2000, which was released 3 weeks ago, got 1 view. Top 10 best movies from the 90s, which was released 1 month ago, has got 6 views. I hope you are watching this in the future, and the humanity survived, because the humanity, by my data, the humanity should be extinct by 2040. And if you survived 2040 and you're watching this in like 2150 or something like that, I want you to know that here in 2024 my videos can't even break 10 views. 6 views for my top 10 best movies from the 90s, which I spent a month editing. I actually spent a month editing that video. I spent a week editing top 10 best movies from 2001, and God knows how many time I spent on this one, because the recording, the footage is already 40 minutes. So at least a week, maybe 2, maybe 3. I didn't want to pour as much. I didn't want to pour as much. Блять, как усилие сказать на английском, сука. Effort. I didn't want to pour as much effort into these movies. My plan was to make like 10 videos, 10 short videos with a few words describing each movie under 10 minutes, so that when I finish the decade, I could make top 10 best movies from the notice, and that's it. So that would be the video I would pour my heart and soul and so on. But I just can't. I'm a perfectionist. So I'm a perfectionist, and I used to be a procrastinator perfectionist. But like still, if I do something, I need to make it as perfect as I can make it. It won't be perfect, so I'm not the genius editor that like can insert some crazy shit, and I'm just a guy. I'm a polyglot. My field is languages. What I'm doing here is so far out from my field, it's impossible to imagine. But still, so I'm almost broke, and I really should be focusing on money right now, because there is no money. I don't know what I'm going to eat in 3 months, when all of it runs dry. I really need to do something to fix my financial position, financial state. So, but here am I, like screaming into the void, because this is literally what it is. I'm screaming into the void. There are no viewers on my channel. There are 100 subscribers, and nobody from them watches my videos, because YouTube algorithm is shit, and everyone knows that that's not a secret. And I can go around like Discord servers and promote my videos, but I'm not. This is not for that. I don't need views. I could get views, but that wouldn't change anything. Like if my top 10 best movies from the 90s would had like 600 views or like 6,000 views, it wouldn't change anything. Like sure, more people would watch it, but like my life wouldn't change because of that. My self-worth isn't based on views. I would like more views, sure, but like I'm not in the game. I'm not playing this game. I used to be popular once. In 2017, when I started my English YouTube channel, I created a few groups, and there were a lot of people, and everyone talked to me, and I had all the attention in the world, and it was cool, but they still don't get me. You know the problem? The problem is that even if someone listens to me, they don't understand what I'm saying. Like, even if they are like very interested in what I'm going to say, it's impossible for them to understand what I'm saying. They don't get it. I'm on another plane of like existence. What I know about this universe is so far out. No one can ever even see me there. Not that they can reach it, that's a given, but they can't even see me there. They don't have the intellectual capacity to even understand how smart I am. It's very lonely. It's very lonely up here. I've been climbing these mountains since kindergarten. Like since I was 5, since my mother got a divorce, I've been climbing this mountain, and like I thought that if I am very smart, I will solve life. And it didn't. Like, I did solve it, as in I know the mechanisms, I know how it works, but like imagine I was a clockmaker, yeah, so I know how clock works. Theoretically I could put it together, but I don't have any clock parts. I could build the most perfect clock, but there are no parts for me to build it from. So I see people running around with their own clocks. They build from their parts. Their clocks work, but like mine would have been so much better if I could build it. It sounds like hell, you know. It does feel like I'm in purgatory or some shit, because things that happen in my life, they're very reminiscent of what purgatory is supposed to be like, or hell even, I don't know. Like every day for the last 2 months, I think how cool it would be if I choked myself to death. Like I imagine myself in the news daily, and my body is falling apart. I lose 5 hairs every day, and they are not going to grow back. Each time I lose a hair, it's gone. It will not grow back. And yesterday I thought there was something crunchy on my teeth, and usually that happens when a filling is crumbling, but I couldn't find it. I couldn't find the place that was crumbling. It's a really unpleasant feeling knowing that you're dying. And there is nothing you can do. Like, it's autoimmune. I'm basically my body is destroying myself. I'm destroying myself. I hated myself for so long that it came to this. I know it doesn't sound scientific, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Like, if you want to die your whole life, like eventually you will get your wish. Yeah, that's basically it. If you have any questions, or you just want to say something to me, do, because like if you don't, nobody won't. Look at my views. Who would leave me a comment? There is no one but you. Yeah, determinism is freedom.